Today we're doing Eureka Math Grade 2, Module 1, Lesson 5. Our objectives are, I can make a 10 to add within 100. I can use words, drawings, and numbers to show my understanding. We're going to start with an application problem. Mia counted all the fish in a tank. She counted 38 goldfish and 4 blackfish. How many fish were in the tank? Okay, so she has 38 goldfish and 4 blackfish. Our question is, how many fish were in the tank? Okay, so she wants to know how many were in the tank. So we could circle all. Okay. We want to know how many are in there, how many, all of them. So we can say that's adding, because we're not subtracting, right? We want to know all of them, so we'll put a plus sign there. Okay, so we need to draw a picture. So we don't need to get fancy. We can just draw, let's draw tens and ones. I think that'll be a lot easier. So 38, we see we have a 3 in the tens place. So 1, 2, 3 tens, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones. And then we have 4 blackfish. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we could make a 10 out of this because we know that 8 plus 4 is more than 10. So we can circle our 8 and 2 more. So 8, 9, 10, and we have 2 left. So that's another 10. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42. Okay, so we found we have 42 here. We need to do our equation, which is also called a number sentence. So we have to take our key information, 38 plus 4, and we can make a 10 out of it. So 38, what do we need to get to the next 10? Our next 10 is 40, so you think 38, 39, 40. So we need 2 more. So we can break apart this 4 into a 2 and a 2 because we know that 2 plus 2 equals 4. So we'll get our 38 plus 2 will equal 40. We have a 2 left over here, so we need to add that together. And we can see 40 plus 2 equals 42. And we could also think doing it in another way if we had 38 plus 4. So 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Okay, so they both equal 42. We just made it easier by making a 10. Now we need to write a sentence to answer our question. Our question is how many fish were in the tank? So there were, let me see, we figured it out 3 different ways. 42 fish in the tank. Okay. And we'll go on and do a couple of problem set problems. So the one that they started for you is very similar to what we did in lesson 4. How we had single digit numbers added together. So here they broke apart the 3 into a 1 and a 2. So that way we could take our 9 plus 1 to equal 10. We have our 2 left over, so we need to add that plus the 10. So 10 plus 2 equals 12, just like 9 plus 3 equals 12. So they have larger numbers today. And so I'm going to do H because I think that one might be a little more challenging for some of you because they put the small number in the front. Now that's not a problem in adding. We can add in any order. So don't let that throw you off. We have 78 is the number that we want to get to the next 10. So if we think, what's the next 10 after 78? So if you're counting by your tens, you're like 70, 80. Okay, so 80 is our next 10. So we're going to break apart this 8. It's 78, we need 79, 80. So 2 more. Okay, so we'll break apart this 8 into a 2 and a 6 because we know that 6 plus 2 equals 8. So then we can get our 78 plus 2 will equal 80. And we have our 6 here. So 6 plus 80, or the same thing as 80 plus 6, and that will equal 86. And that is the same as 8 plus 78. If you wanted to prove that to yourself, you can draw your 10s and your 1s, or you can count it with your fingers. Okay. Okay, and then you'll do all the rest in the same fashion with making the 10. Okay. And let's go to the next page in our problem set. It says, Maria solved 76 plus 5 as shown. Show Maria a faster way to solve 76 plus 5. Okay, so she drew out all of the ones for 76 plus 5. So that's a lot of drawing. We could have made the 10s, you know, the straight lines. That would have been faster. Or we could make a 10. Okay, so 76 plus 5. Now 76, the next 10, if you think when you're counting by your 10s, you're like 60, 70. Okay, so 70 is our next 10. We want to get up to 70. And to get to 70 from 67, we have 67 in our head, 68, 69, 70. So we'll need 3. We can break apart our 5 into a 3 and a 2 because 3 plus 2 equals 5. So if we add 67 plus 3, then we're going to have 70. And we have 2 left over, so we add that. 70 plus 2 equals 72. Okay, and 67 plus 5 will also equal 72, just like they did up here. But this is just faster, right? Okay, and here we have a word problem. So they want you to do the read, draw, write process. So remember, you need to circle your key information. And I'm not going to do all of this because I want you to be able to practice on your own as well. But I'll just tell a little bit about it. Let's read it. Jessa collected 78 shells on the beach. Susan collected 6 more shells than Jessa. How many shells did Susan collect? Okay, so we need to circle our key information. Jessa collected 78 shells on the beach. That's Jessa. And Susan collected 6 more shells than Jessa. Okay, that's important to know that she collected 6 more shells than Jessa. How many shells did Susan collect? So that's our question. Okay, so we could make a tape diagram. We'll have our 78 shells for Jessa. We'll put a J for Jessa. And then Susan collected 6 more shells than Jessa. So she collected what Jessa collected plus 6 more. So here's 6 more, and she collected what Jessa collected. So this is Susan. Okay, so then we need to write our equation. Are we going to add or are we going to subtract? Well, we see more. So more is going to tell us that we're going to add. I'm going to put a little plus sign there. So our equation would be 78 plus 6 to figure out how many shells Susan collected. So we can make a 10. 78, well, we want to get to our next 10, which will be 80. So 78, 79, 80, we need 2 more. So we can break apart our 6 into a 2 plus 4 because we know that 2 plus 4 equals 6. And then we'll add our 78 plus 2 to get our 80 and bring down our 4. Okay, so I'll let you take it from here. 80 plus 4, you'll get your answers here. And then remember, you need to write that sentence. How many shells did Susan collect? Susan collected. Okay, you'll put your answer there. Blank number of shells. Okay. So, on your exit ticket, it's very similar to what we've been doing in the problem set. So, you can use your make a 10 method. You can do tape diagrams, 10s and 1s. Okay? So, hope this helped.